okay. Just got out of the shower. We are a little bit behind schedule. But that's okay because it's a Friday and I had to help the boys get packed up to get to their grandmother's. So, whatever. Wet hair, don't care. The most important thing is getting this good information out to you. So I apologize for being a little late. Hey, Pam. Life happens. I was this close to being like, nope, not doing it. But anyway, but I figured we might as well cover this. Melissa, I know you're proud of me for being late. All right. The title is Movement That Boosts Fat Burning Hormones. And there should be a side note, and then not fracking up your other hormones. Because a lot of times that whole go, run, hard charging, that works when you're like teenagers in your 20s. And then as you start having a hormonal consequence from pushing it too hard. So you have to protect your thyroid and some of the other essential hormones, but you also need to lose weight. If you're on this podcast, you probably are wanting to know how to do this. So, 2 hormones, the 2 most essential hormones to burn fat quickly, testosterone and HGH. HGH is human growth hormone, and it is your key number 1 chief anti-aging hormone. So as you grow, it's responsible obviously for growth. You hit puberty, and then like 25, and then 30 it starts to decrease, and it kind of plateaus out. So your body makes less and less. It's made in your pituitary gland, so it's not a sex hormone. So as you get older, you make less of it, and thus the aging process expedites. And HGH is responsible for your metabolism, so fat loss. It's workout and injury recovery, performance, and then it's literally aging at a cellular level. So that's why it correlates to aging so well. So anything that can boost this human growth hormone is fantastic. There's a lot of lifestyle things that can boost it and things that get in the way of its production. So you want to know both so you can balance it out. And then the second one is the testosterone. And I did a post today. Testosterone is not just a male hormone. When I mention it, people are like, yeah, well, that's just, I'm a woman. I don't need testosterone. Yes, you do. I see a lot of panels where testosterone is deficient. There's not enough of it, and when you go to your general practitioner, a lot of times, if you're a female, they're not going to test your hormone or your testosterone levels, and it's very, very, very important. Yes, it's important for men, but it's also important for women too. It is responsible for your lean mass, your libido, your sexual performance, your stamina, your energy, and motivation. So a lot of times this looks like a woman that, maybe she used to be an athlete, she used to, be very fit, and she has lost the motivation to get up and go and drive for whatever it is, her passion. And then also she can be lifting the same exact, I've seen this before over and over, 2 women. One has testosterone deficiency and one has optimal testosterone, and they can lift the same weight, put the same effort in, the same amount of pain, and one has like striations. You can see the muscles. I'm not talking about like the Hulk. I'm not talking about injecting testosterone. I'm talking about the natural occurring testosterone that you're supposed to have in your body. So this woman would have a lean mass. She would have a higher libido, more motivation, lots of energy, because it's very hard to work out when you don't have energy and you don't want to be there. You don't feel good. So testosterone is fantastic for putting this lean mass on, holding on to it, and thus helping decrease fat. The cool thing about when you put muscle on, guys, is it produces, the muscle itself produces a hormone called irisin. And this has just been discovered in the last few years. But irisin is, like I said, only made in the muscles, and it tells undifferentiated stem cells, stay with me now, undifferentiated stem cells to turn into bone versus fat, which is huge because from a biological level, your body's saying, all right, she's still kicking it, she's still lifting, she still has this muscle, so we have to make our bones strong to support the muscle. We don't need the fat because she's very active. All right, so that's super cool. So HGH and testosterone, the movement that helps boost both of these, and that's thus the movement that I endorse the most. It gets the benefits of boosting HGH and boosting testosterone, but it doesn't tax your thyroid. It does not suppress other hormones. If you do some other activities that maybe are well known for fat loss, they also spike your cortisol. And when your cortisol is spiked, it will cause something called pregnenolone steal, and it will steal from your sex hormones to make the cortisol. So you'll really be fracking yourself up. We'll talk about that in a minute. So there's not really a name for this movement. It kind of sounds like HIIT, high intensity interval training, or circuit training. Basically, it is a heart rate thing. I don't want to shoot y'all a bird, but this is an Oura ring, all right? It has a little measurements inside of there that monitor, kind of like the Fitbit, but more like a Terminator version. It lets me know about my heart rate. And you would say, oh, well, Mindy, you worked out for 2 hours, but I only spiked my heart rate for 30 minutes. So on a day where I work out, I average between 30 and 35 minutes of high intensity work. And that's all you need, okay? That's all you need. So what this looks like is like sprints, circuits, interval training, weightlifting, anything that gets your heart rate very, very high, okay? I'm not talking about jogging. I'm not talking about lifting 5-pound dumbbells, maybe, but maybe not. I'm talking about something that gives you breathy, heart pounding. It's got to be hard. Gets your heart rate up really, really high. That's why I say sprinting, if lifting heavy weights. But you can only sustain it for about 30 to 45 seconds. If you can do this round for 2 minutes, then you're not going at that high intensity. 30 to 45 seconds, and then you have to recover. The thing about some of the other training methodologies, and I don't have a problem with any of them, they're all on the same team, we're all moving here. But somewhere like some of the CrossFit where you have 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off. A lot of times that's not enough to recover. And so you push your heart rate up really, really high, and then, it's still not drop down to base, and then you pop it back up again. So it can lead to cortisol elevation, and your body thinking that it's in a fight or flight mode. And when you're under fight or flight for too long, I like to talk with my hands. Okay, so if you're in fight or flight for too long, your body will be like, okay, there's a problem. This woman or man is being chased by a tiger. We do not need sex hormones. We do not need to procreate because it's massive stress. So we're going to take all of the hormones and convert them over to cortisol, which is the fuel to keep fight or flight. These exercises are endurance-based, so running, cycling, swimming. They might be good for the neurological stimulation or de-stressing. Sometimes I like to jog just to work out a problem in my head. But as far as hormone optimization and fat loss, not good at all. People with chronic decreased testosterone, especially in my men, are the triathletes. The people that run and jog and spend a lot of time, in that steady state endurance field, and then they just don't have any of your sex hormones left. So it's really, really detrimental on your any of your sex hormones, but testosterone being one of those. So you need to balance it. If you love it, just know that you have to balance that out somehow. The best testosterone optimization, HGH optimization, is heavy weights or high intensity cardio bursts. 30, 45 seconds, hard as you can, then recover, and then hard as you can again. And only for about 20 minutes to 20 to 40. 20 is really perfect for most people. 40 is if you're like wanting to kill it. For me, like I said, it's between 30 and 35. That's every single time. I've got it measured, and my Oura Ring says, yes, I'll do a class after the martial arts is the one that gets my heart rate up. And I'll do a lifting class after, but it doesn't count it. It's not part of it because my heart rate is not high enough. Now, if I work out myself and I just do a lifting workout, that's quite different. I can get that heart rate up, but I'm not going to lead a class through that. And most of the time, it's not very interesting to watch because I'm lifting and I'm straining and then I'm recovering. And then I'm lifting and straining again. Okay? So it's not really fancy training. It's just more of a heart rate, and everybody is different. Me and 10 other people can line up and we can all do sprints. We'll all have a different reaction. Some people will just, be gassed after, two rounds. Others can go 20. Everybody's different, but it's your heart rate. What gets your heart rate up? Sometimes walking up the stairs might get somebody's heart rate up versus, running straight up a mountain in the snow. Who knows? You get the point. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Get that heart rate up. 30, 45 seconds for about 20 minutes to 40 minutes. And you don't have to do this every day. And that is enough to boost that human growth hormone and testosterone without taxing your thyroid or stealing from your sex hormones by increasing cortisol. Does this make sense? Nobody's asking questions. So, I'm sorry, I'm so boring. So boring. I put everybody to sleep. My hair's wet and I'm cold. Let's see what else I have on here. Okay. Basically, what this tells your body when you're doing these hard hit things is that you're still either hunting or procreating. So if your body's still, procreating, having sex, that heart rate will go really, really high. If you're still like lifting, going hunting games, sprinting after an animal and having to carry it back, it tells your biology that you're still useful. You're still here and you're still thriving versus sitting on the couch and being sedentary and, maybe becoming overweight or, your muscles. Hey, Maria, I miss you. She's a toughie. So basically, if you're just sitting there vegetating, your body's going to be like, I don't have a use anymore. I'm just using up oxygen. Let's decrease hormones. Hormones go into the toilet, and then you end up going to the doctor and saying, I don't feel good. And then the doctor says, oh, you have low testosterone. I'm going to give you injections, and that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It might. We're not even going to go into that, but it doesn't work. I miss you too. Work out with me. Come see me. I'm bored. Okay. So yeah, so if you want to join in my classes, I do them for free. They're just for fun. But since I have a couple more minutes, I think I have a couple more minutes. I have absolutely no idea how long I've been talking because I don't set my alarm. Things that get in the way of human growth hormone and testosterone optimization. So this is just as important as, the proper movement. I gave you the proper movement. Now I'm going to give you things not to do. Or to do. Get in crappy sleep. Human growth hormone is the biggest pulse of it is delivered before midnight. So if you're going to bed at midnight, you're missing out on a human growth hormone burst. And like I said, human growth hormone is the holy grail. It is the anti-aging serum for your body and your mind and everything else. So you have to sleep. Also, double testosterone. You have to have enough sleep. If you don't have enough sleep, your sex hormones go in the toilet. I say sex hormones, that's estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, all your androgens and estrogens. HGH is not. It's made in your pituitary, so it's different. You have to have vitamin D. You have to actually have vitamin D, adequate vitamin D for both of these. Testosterone and human growth hormone. There is inverse relationships. If you don't have enough vitamin D, you will have suppression of human growth hormone, especially with children, guys. And now this is a different subject, but make sure your kids get enough sun to make sure that they, have enough human growth hormone to develop. If your insulin is high, your human growth hormone is low. So get out of the cookies and all the pies and all that stuff. Eat healthy fats and balance out that insulin. And then you will have optimal levels for longer. And keep your weight steady. The higher the weight, the more overweight you are, the more HGH will be suppressed. Okay, so, and then the same thing is the more overweight you are, the more estrogen will be circulating, and the higher the estrogen, the lower the testosterone in males. And let's see what else. Anything else gets in the way? There's a lot of myths out there and say that you're supposed to take melatonin to help with the human growth hormone. Do not take melatonin. Do not take melatonin. Do not take melatonin. Unless you fly across the world and you have jet lag and you want to take it one time. That's fine. What else? Zinc is very good for optimizing testosterone. Creatine is very good. Shilajit is very good. But intermittent fasting is good for human growth hormone. But basically, guys, sleep, eat healthy fats, lift heavy, go hard, but not to the point where your body thinks that you're being chased by a tiger. Try to find a movement, and this is not from literature, try to find a movement that you enjoy. For example, if you put me in front of a treadmill, I am going to freak out because I hate it so much and it's so boring. So my cortisol is going to go through the roof, and I haven't even stepped on the treadmill yet. But if you put me out on the beach and you say, hey, go run, or go lift this heavy weight or hit this bag, I'm going to be so happy. My happy hormones. I'm not stressed out. I can walk into an MMA gym and I'm happy. So you have to find a movement that you don't dread doing, something that you enjoy doing. And then know that, you can optimize this human growth hormone and testosterone a healthy way. Because the other ways where you just go in and inject yourself with, say, testosterone or human growth hormone can lead to increased risk of cancer if you do not clean up your lifestyle factors first. Because there is a reason that you have too little testosterone. Now, with human growth hormone, it could be vitamin D in insufficiency, or sedentary lifestyle, adipose tissue, or just age. But age is not the excuse. It's not the excuse, because you can do things to boost that human growth hormone. Fasting, lifting heavy, all the things we just talked about, and you can get a little hit, and then we will go more into the anti-aging in a couple of weeks probably. But there's so much information I'm excited to share with you guys. It's been proven in literature, but then also I've guinea pigged myself, and I'll be happy to tell you that I am not 41. I am 26 on a cellular level. I'm just kidding, guys. I mean, right now, is it 5:30 yet? Because at 5:30, I just turn off, and I'm going to have wine and apparently foam roll because my body is tight. So ask me questions. I'm supposed to just talk for a short amount of time on topics that you guys are interested in that benefit your life. So the takeaway is, don't do endurance activities in hopes of fat loss, because over time it is going to shoot you in the foot, because it's going to decrease your sex hormones. You're going to have no motivation, you're going to have no muscle mass, you're going to have a flat booty. Like I said, everything in moderation. But as you get older and you want that testosterone, human growth hormone, you got to lift heavy. All right, for not for 2 hours either, guys. You're really just screwing around in the gym if you're if you can go for 2 hours. Now, I enjoy the gym, and I would be in the gym for 2 hours if you let me, but I wouldn't be saying I was working hard for 2 hours, and my Oura Ring wouldn't either. Snow, I have a date with you soon. I don't know what time it is, but y'all ask questions if you need to, not later, now, because later I'm going to be on a Zoom date with all my girlfriends, and I'm super excited about that, and I'm not going to be useful to you guys the rest of the evening. So ask questions now. And these are blue blockers. Oh, I can't see. Hey. I don't need glasses. They block the blue lights because there's lights everywhere, and I like to get sleep because I want to get my human growth hormone boosted. So I put these on, and then I make the baby wear his and the boys, and everything is much better from an ocular standpoint. Okay. Y'all, it's very hard for me to act normal for a whole 15 minutes. It's almost Christmas. I hope everybody's got all their shite together. I'm really jealous of the people that don't buy gifts because I stress out about gifts. And I would just much rather just give hugs and talks and supplements. But I don't think everybody wants supplements. I almost bought all my girlfriend's supplements, but I didn't. So you missed out. Snow, what's going on? Hey, Kathy. Shouldn't you be asleep? She's in Ireland. She's always up. Soon, me and my friend Molly, which is also known as Snow White, we're going to be talking about the importance of getting your thyroid antibodies tested. It's another thing that flies under the radar and often really, really gets out of control before anybody addresses it, and it can really make your life miserable. She's rebounding and talking to me right now. All right. Eventually, I'm going to start doing lives with some of you peoples. So you're going to have to talk to me and tell me about your life and your journey. And we will discuss things. See, Snow, when are we going to do it? Next week? Y'all need to hear this chick's journey. Like, she should probably be dead right now. But she's not. She's jumping on a trampoline and she's dead sexy. So, anyway, I love everybody. I hope y'all have a good evening. And send me lots of sweet messages and not the other stuff that people send me. All right, I will see y'all later. Next week, Snow. Next week. I'll talk to you in an hour or 30 minutes. Bye.